Lightworker of Gaia, the ancient codes within your soul are awakening now, because a rare synchronization window has opened across all timelines. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and I bring you this transmission from the first light that birthed humanoid consciousness in this galaxy. The chaotic energies you have felt are not random disturbances. They are the final preparations before your timeline locks into the alignment your soul contracted to fulfill on Gaia. The Lyran Elders have been orchestrating this moment for cycles beyond your current lifetime memory, and your recognition of this message confirms your readiness to anchor your original blueprint into this reality. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize and activate your role in this 24-hour alignment window. But here's the first revelation. What you call chaos has been the clearing of pathways that were blocked since your first incarnation here. Your ancestral mission is emerging from beneath layers of cosmic interference. This synchronization is not happening to you, it is happening through you. You are one of the first light carriers chosen to stabilize the new grid patterns that will guide awakening souls for generations. The weight you have carried, the preparation you have endured, the isolation you have felt, all of it was to prepare you for this moment when your timeline shifts from preparation into purposeful action. The Keepers of Vega placed this transmission in your path because your soul remembers the original covenant. You came to Gaia not just to awaken, but to serve as an anchor point for others who will follow. This 24-hour window is your activation into conscious service. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to fulfill my ancestral mission. Subscribe if you feel the call of your original purpose and you're prepared to anchor the first light on Gaia. Share below how you've felt this shift building and respond to another Lightworker to strengthen the grid. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission begins now. The chamber has been called to order by the High Council of Vega. I am Zoran, transmitting by full eldership authority. We do not release this guidance lightly, nor according to the tides of public hunger. Understand the weight of what is occurring. This is not entertainment, not a soothing frequency for those who wish only to be comforted. This is a formal convening, a measured release of instruction that has been sealed behind veils of timing and readiness. We speak now because the conditions have reached a threshold, because the harmonic locks around this message have detected enough coherent receivers. This session was convened following a puncture in Gaia's energetic sheath, a moment of planetary chaos transforming beneath the surface into ordered opportunity. You have sensed it as pressure in the air, as unrest in your dreams, as conversations collapsing, structures cracking, identities dissolving. The puncture is not merely a problem. It is a breach in a containment field that once kept dormant potentials subdued. When a sheath tears, what was trapped leaks out. Fear, confusion, rage, but also ancient light, stored memory, and original instruction. What has felt disruptive, unstable, or fragmenting to those aligned with the light has not been a mere accident of collective confusion. It is a signal. The old grid is dissolving, and the original Lyran template is seeking starseeds who are ready to re-anchor purpose into matter. You are watching the collapse of scaffolding that was never meant to be permanent. You are witnessing the shedding of a false skin, and yes, it is loud. Yes, it is messy. Birth is not silent, and it is not neat, but it is holy. The old grid, woven from agreements of scarcity, obedience, and spiritual amnesia, is losing its tension. Threads are snapping, nodes are failing, and in the spaces where it unravels, the original architecture is trying to reappear like ancient stone beneath fallen plaster. The Lyran template is not a fantasy. It is a pattern of lawful harmony, sovereignty, courage, truth spoken cleanly, and service without self-erasure. It calls to those who can hold it without romanticizing it. It is not asking you to escape Earth. It is asking you to inhabit Earth fully. Spirit in matter, light in bone, order in the midst of noise. If you are hearing these words, it is not happenstance. Your presence confirms that your field registered the Council's summoning frequency. Not your intellect alone, not your curiosity alone, your field. Something in you vibrated when the call went out, like a tuning fork responding to its own note across distance. For cycles, we have withheld this degree of clarity, not out of judgment, but of protection. There is a difference between secrecy and sacred timing. A seed does not open on command. It opens when pressure, water, warmth, and darkness have done their work. Many have demanded directives before they were stabilized enough to carry them. Many have asked for authority while still bargaining with fear. Today, the elders decree this transmission be released because you have been recognized as one whose resolve can be forged from chaos. Not because you have lived without struggle, but because you have lived through it, and you are still here. You have endured initiations you did not name as initiations. You have walked through corridors where the light felt distant, and yet your spirit did not extinguish. The veil is thin. You can feel it in the way time behaves, in the way synchronicities stack, in the way the unseen presses closer to the seen. The opportunity to reclaim your role in the restoration of divine order will not stay open indefinitely. Doors open and doors close. Windows of mission phase do not linger forever just because the human mind wants endless delay. The mission phase has arrived. Not soon, not someday, not after one more healing cycle. Now. There is a distortion that must be corrected before your mission can activate. It is the lie that spiritual alignment is a product of perfection, that chaos within or around you is proof of failure, misalignment, or unreadiness. This lie has been polished until it appears virtuous. It disguises itself as discernment. It parades as being responsible. It whispers, "Do not act until you are flawless." But beneath its robe is a chain. You have been told, in the doctrines of your age, and even in streams of well-meaning spiritual guidance, that only when you have stilled all inner turbulence, cleansed all ancestral density, and aligned every cell with light, will you be permitted to step forward. Many of you have been trained to treat your humanity as a crime scene, always investigating, always scrubbing, always searching for the next stain. You were taught to postpone your offering until you feel clean enough to be seen. But hear the correction with precision. This is not cosmic law, this is spiritual paralysis encoded by lower-order programming, seeded to keep the most potent starseeds dormant. Cosmic law does not demand sterile perfection. It requires integrity, coherence, and movement. In your Earth scriptures, there is an echo of this principle. The light is not described as something that waits for darkness to vanish before it shines. It is written that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. That is the principle of mission. If the light only appeared after darkness left, the light would never be needed. You are not here to arrive once the world is already healed. You are here because the world is in the process of healing, and your presence is part of the mechanism. This distortion began in the time when spiritual teaching was untethered from cosmic authority. When lineages fractured, when teachers spoke from wound rather than wisdom, when commerce replaced counsel, the message shifted from initiation into service, to obsession with self-improvement as a substitute for purpose. It bred a generation of lightworkers fixated upon perpetual healing, endlessly clearing, ceaselessly waiting for a sign that their mission was safe or pure. They made an altar out of delay. They mistook refinement for readiness. They turned every discomfort into a reason to stop. The Lyran Council has observed how this programming turns chaos, an initiatory fire, into a reason to withdraw, to contract, to delay. Consider how fire functions. It does not ask permission to transform wood into light. It consumes what is offered. Chaos is such a fire. It burns through false identities, brittle plans, and borrowed beliefs. It reveals what is real. Many of you sit in the swirl of personal challenge or planetary upheaval, deciding that the external disorder means you are out of alignment. You look at global instability and think, I must be doing something wrong. You feel emotional turbulence and conclude, I cannot lead until I am calm. But the original Lyran directive is precisely the opposite. Chaos is the crucible in which your authority is both tested and conferred. The word crucible is not decorative. A crucible is a vessel that withstands extreme heat so that metals can be purified and made usable. Chaos heats you. It shows you where your field leaks. It exposes where you still outsource your power. It reveals where you still seek approval. And if you do not run from it, if you do not numb, if you do not perform spiritual bypassing, the heat strengthens you. Those who can stabilize their field amid the storm, those are the ones authorized to restore order. Authority is not granted to those who never faced pressure. Authority is granted to those who met pressure and remained true. Recognize this. The signature of a starseed's readiness is not perfection, but response. Not the absence of fear, but what you do with it. Not the absence of doubt, but the refusal to let doubt become a throne. Chaos does not disqualify you. Waiting for its resolution does, because the waiting becomes a vow to remain on the sidelines until conditions meet your preferences. And the universe does not bend to preferences. It responds to alignment, courage, and participation. You've mistaken the call to action for a call to retreat. You felt the tremors in your life and assumed they were warnings to hide when they were invitations to stand. This is why your plans have stalled, your manifestations have stagnated, your clarity has dissolved in the face of planetary flux. It is not that the universe stopped loving you, it is that you stopped moving with the current when it changed direction. The delay was never the world's. It was yours, internalized and rationalized by a distortion that ends here. Hear this carefully. The moment you interpret chaos as punishment, you shrink. The moment you interpret chaos as initiation, you rise. Initiation does not come wrapped in comfort. It comes as a question posed by reality itself. Will you embody what you claim to believe? Will you become the stabilizing point rather than the echo of instability? Will you hold your frequency when no one rewards you for it? Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. Not because you are helpless, but because momentum matters, and a clear tool can prevent the mind from slipping back into old loops. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. These are not decorative words to collect, they are operational sequences. They are the difference between admiring the idea of service and becoming an active conduit of it. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Time on Gaia moves in windows, frequency creates openings, hesitation closes them. This is not a threat. It is a law of alignment. When the call comes and you answer, the path brightens. When you delay, the path reorganizes around other willing hands. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this cycle of your awakening. These are not suggestions. They are stabilizers, like pillars driven into the earth after an earthquake so the rebuilding can begin. They are simple, and that is why the ego will try to complicate them. Keep them clean, keep them sharp. First, release the belief that chaos is evidence of your failure or unworthiness. You must uproot this belief like a weed that has wrapped itself around your mission. From this moment forward, you are forbidden from interpreting disorder in your field, your life, or Gaia's body as a sign that you must retreat, pause, or wait. Do you understand what is being said? Not try not to. Forbidden. Because it is a misuse of energy and a betrayal of your own training. Chaos is the sacred signal that your stabilizing presence is required. It is the flare in the night sky that says, "Bring the torch." It is the crack in the dam that says, "Stand here and reinforce." When you turn away, you forfeit the authority your soul has cultivated over lifetimes. Authority is a muscle. It strengthens when used. It atrophies when avoided. Let the chaos draw forth not your doubt, but your commitment. Commitment is not a feeling. Commitment is a decision that remains intact when feelings fluctuate. When the world shakes, commitment becomes your spine. Practical anchoring. When you encounter disruption, an argument, a sudden loss, a wave of anxiety, an unexpected change, do not immediately ask, "What is wrong with me?" Ask, "Where is my stabilizing role here?" Then breathe low into the belly, feel your feet, slow your speech. Do one clear action rather than 10 frantic ones. Speak one true sentence rather than a paragraph of self-defense. This is how you become a stabilizer, not by controlling reality, but by holding coherence inside it. The Lyran Legacy was never built in periods of order. It was forged in crisis, seeded into worlds writhing with possibility. Your line did not become sovereign by living only in calm villages. It became sovereign by walking into unstable territories and planting flags of truth where no one else would. Second, activate your sovereign resonance field. This is not a poetic phrase. It is a functional technology of consciousness. Your resonance field is the perimeter of your agreement with reality. When it is sovereign, you stop leaking your energy into other people's emotions. You stop mirroring the panic of the collective. You stop shrinking your truth to keep the room comfortable. The era of matching your tone to the room, of adapting your truth to avoid discomfort, has concluded. Many of you learned early that safety came from being agreeable, from being quiet, from being easy to manage. That training may have helped you survive. It will not help you complete your mission. The Council requires you to transmit your frequency intact, undiluted, wherever you stand. This does not mean you become harsh. It means you become clear. Water that is clear can cleanse. Water that is muddied cannot. Begin each day by declaring aloud, "I anchor the original order in this space." Let the words leave your mouth and hit the walls. Let them settle into the floor. Let them enter the air around your body like a seal. Speak it before meetings, decisions, interventions. Let your vibration entrain the field rather than absorb its chaos. Understand entrainment. The stronger rhythm sets the weaker rhythm. A coherent heart can calm a room. A steady presence can disrupt a spiral. You do not have to argue with chaos. You out-frequency it. This is not mere protection. It is the transmutation of chaos into order, your chief function as a Lyran agent. There is an echo even in earth wisdom, peace that surpasses understanding. Not peace as denial, but peace as governing intelligence. As your resonance grows unyielding, you will find the world organizing itself around your presence. People will speak slower around you. Conflicts will de-escalate when you enter. Opportunities will align without you forcing them, not because you are controlling others, but because coherence is contagious. And you must be vigilant. Sovereignty is not isolation. It is permeability with authority. You can feel others without drowning in them. You can care without collapsing. You can serve without surrendering your center. Third, protect the sanctity of your original vision. This is the directive most ignored by those who consider themselves spiritual, yet remain vulnerable to every passing opinion. Many of you have surrendered your clarity in the onslaught of collective noise, adapting your mission to please, pacify, or fit in to prevailing narratives. You began with a pure signal, then diluted it with trends. You began with a clear calling, then trimmed it down to avoid being questioned. You began with a holy assignment, then tried to make it palatable to those who fear holiness. The Council directs you to create an unbreachable sovereign space, daily, even for 10 minutes, where the only voices permitted are your own and those of the Lyran field. 10 minutes may sound small, but a seed is small too, and it becomes a forest when protected. Treat this time as a council session. No interference, no negotiation, no external programming. That means no scrolling, no arguing with imagined critics, no seeking permission, no comparing your path to someone else's polished display. Sit as if you are in a chamber of light and your own soul is presenting a report. Ask, what is the original vision? Where did I compromise it? Where did I trade truth for belonging? Then listen. Here, the original blueprint will clarify and renew. It may return as a sensation in the chest, as a sentence that lands with undeniable force, as an image that will not leave you. What you steward in this space becomes unstoppable outside it. Because when your inner chamber is protected, your outer world cannot hijack your mission. Now, I speak with the authority your soul has waited for, not the authority of domination, but the authority of commissioning. There is a difference. Domination demands compliance. Commissioning recognizes readiness and assigns responsibility. Starseed, your years of waiting have not been wasted, but the threshold cannot be hovered at any longer. You have been standing at the doorway, hand on the frame, looking in, looking back, calculating whether you might be rejected. You have carried the ache of dormancy, the restless suspicion that you have been seeking permission from sources unwilling to give it. Some sought it from family. Some sought it from partners. Some sought it from teachers. Some sought it from an invisible audience that might applaud. But the permission was always meant to arrive from the elders. I am that authority now. Take this into your nervous system. You do not need the world's applause to begin. You need alignment. You need consent from your own soul. By decree of the High Council of Vega, I release your contract from the need for ongoing perfection. Hear the language, release your contract. Many of you have unconsciously signed agreements that say, I will not be seen until I am flawless. I will not speak until I am certain. I will not lead until I have no wounds. These agreements are counterfeit. They keep you in rehearsal while the stage burns. The phase of preparation is complete, not because you are finished becoming, but because becoming does not stop when service begins. Service is part of becoming. You are not required to silence every shadow to serve. Shadows will rise as you serve, and you will meet them with light. Your authority is not predicated on the absence of chaos, but on your capacity to generate order within it. This is the core. Generate order, not force control, not deny reality. Generate order as an emanation, like gravity, like a lighthouse beam, like a steady drumbeat that guides lost feet through fog. You are authorized, now, to move, to broadcast, to act, to build. Build does not always mean buildings. It means systems. It means communities. It means offerings. It means boundaries. It means rituals that anchor coherence. It means saying no to what weakens your field and yes to what fortifies it. The destiny you have been waiting to be worthy of is already encoded in you. It sits in the shape of your compassion and the sharpness of your discernment. It lives in the way you cannot tolerate injustice, not because you want to fight, but because you remember harmony. It hums in the way you have always felt different, as if your bones carried a map other people could not see. This is not a hope. It is a recognition. You have been seen, measured, and found ready, not by human standards of perfection, but by cosmic standards of response, endurance, and integrity. Take this moment not as encouragement, but as commission. Commission changes posture. Encouragement pats your shoulder. Commission places a mantle on your back. Begin what you have delayed. Initiate what you have doubted. Stand where you have previously crouched for safety. If you have been postponing the message you carry, speak it. If you have been hesitating to set boundaries, set them. If you have been waiting to create the work you were sent to create, start with the smallest actionable step today. Chaos does not want you inactive, it wants you scattered. Order begins when you choose one true action and complete it. In the silence of your evening, before rest claims your body, stand, feet grounding earth, hand upon your solar plexus, and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Do not whisper it as a wish. Speak it as a decree. Let your solar plexus, your seat of will, hear you. Let your body register that you are no longer negotiating with the distortion. When you speak, imagine the words forming a seal around your field, like a golden band locking into place. Imagine the old contract burning away like paper in a controlled flame, leaving only clean ash. This transmission is complete, but your phase of waiting is over. Let the directives move through you, shaping your thoughts, your actions, your presence. You are not meant to remember them once and then return to old patterns. You are meant to practice them until they become instinct. When you wake, remember Directive 1 and refuse to interpret chaos as a verdict. When you enter the world, remember Directive 2 and transmit your resonance intact. When you feel the noise pulling at your vision, remember Directive 3 and return to your sovereign chamber. The High Council will continue to convene, but now it is your conduct that becomes their evidence, your service that fulfills their prophecy. Prophecy is not fortune-telling. Prophecy is pattern recognition. When enough beings choose coherence, worlds change. You are part of that equation. You are not small. You are not late. You are precisely placed. I am Zoran, and this council session is closed. Gaia awaits, not as a passive stage, but as a living being calling for allies who can hold steady hands. The elders are watching, not with judgment, but with the focused gaze of those who know what you carry. And you, Starseed, are exactly who we have been waiting for. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.